Hello and welcome back to Tangle Tower. I did ask the suspects more questions, and I do have two special questions that I have to ask both Felix and what's the name? Not Freya, but Flora. I think it's Is it Felix? Or what is? Yeah, Felix. So I have to go. Hey, suspicion. I have a suspicion to ask. I have something I suspect.
So, about this paint we found in your room.
Nothing suspicious about it.
Yes.
I used it to paint, obviously. Totally normal thing to do.
We never said it was suspicious.
Come on then, out with it. What exactly are you accusing me of?
It's not paint. It's not paint. It's blood.
It's not your paint pot. Did you take it from somewhere else?
What on earth? It's definitely mine. I even have proof. Look, the lid matches the ones on all my other paint pots. End of discussion.
That's not the end of the discussion.
We need a clue to compare with Felix's red paint. Something to prove who it actually belongs to.
Oh, I misread the thing. Freya's one. Aha! Freya's one. Fifi says the red substance is blood, not paint. There we go.
Let's take a closer look at this.
Ah. Blue paint. That's the same as. Huh? Here's the paint. Stolen and replaced with Felix red, but yeah, Freya's red paint pot was stolen and replaced. Yeah, I'm still recording. Freya's red paint pot was stolen and replaced with Felix's red paint pot, but the lids were shaped. But both were lost. But the lid was swapped to hide it.
Freya's red paint pot was stolen and replaced with Felix's red paint pot, but the lids were swapped to hide it.
That red paint is from Freya's supplies, not yours. Swapping the lids doesn't hide what you did.
Why are you bothering me about paint anyway? And none of this is connected to your murder.
It is. Contained no red paint. The red paint pot was somehow filled with blood before Freya used it to paint?
This red paint pot was somehow filled with blood before Freya used it to paint Flora.
Oh, that's
Yes.
definitely something.
Yes.
Right. Fine. Here's the story.
Thank
I
you.
was busy working on a project when I suddenly realized I had run out of red paint. There was a certain amount of time pressure, so I politely asked Freya if I could borrow hers. Just for a little while, you know, perfectly reasonable request.
But she said no.
I tried to explain why I needed it, but she didn't seem to care. So, well, I took Freya's red paint pot and swapped it with my own empty one.
You went into her room?
Not my proudest moment, but it's just paint. I didn't touch anything else.
And the paint pot you left behind was definitely empty?
Quite. I have absolutely no idea how it got blood in it, if that's what you're asking.
Why were you in such a hurry to get a hold of red paint anyway?
I was trying to finish this in time for Flora's birthday. I needed red to paint the final details.
Could you not have just used a different color?
Out of the question. It had to be red and white.
If you managed to finish it, why haven't you given it to Flora yet?
Well, I decided against it in the end. After what happened, seemed a bit insensitive.
Okay. I think I will try to speak to Flora about suspicion. Maybe she's speakable now. Hi. Can you tell me about
Anything we
yourself?
should know? Any hobbies? Besides staring out the window?
Okay, I think I'm just gonna go in. She's not telling me anything, so I guess make her talk by suspicious.
So, this painting, specifically that knife in Flora's hand.
Yeah, it's creepy. But we didn't find a knife anywhere in the room. So what's going on?
It's not a knife.
It's not a knife. We need a clue to compare with the painting. Something to explain what that knife shape actually is.
Okay. Oh. Can it be this?
We'll get to that in a minute.
Something was expressed.
That's not it.
Empty egg?
We'll get to that in a minute. That's not it.
Okay, what the heck could it be then?
That's not it. That's not it.
Palette?
That's not it.
Gramophone?
That's not it.
A book, maybe.
Let's take a closer look at this.
Oh, it's a feather. Ah. Thin knife made a painted knife. Just a feather. From an ink dip bird. Ah, bingo.
The painted knife is actually just a feather from an ink dip bird.
Hmm.
It's definitely the right shape, but the book's not in color. The thing Flora's holding in the painting is red and white, specifically. Is there anything to suggest that the ink dip bird is red and white too?
Yes. The model. This model, in fact.
This little thing? I don't understand why Felix would make a model of this bird as part of a gift for Flora. And come to think of it, why would Flora be holding a feather in the painting anyway?
think that it was better, so she kept a single feather to remember it by. The ink-dip bird was Flora's pet, so she kept a single feather to... Aha!
The ink-dip bird was Flora's pet, so she kept a single feather to remember it by.
Yes.
She kept the bird as a pet. And it died?
Maybe it flew away.
Flora spends all her time staring out the window.
Either way, she kept the feather. I think it was pretty important to her.
All
Where's the
right.
feather?
So she was holding the feather while Freya was painting her. But where is it now?
Yeah, I
You'd
was
think she'd
thinking
keep
that.
it somewhere close by.
Yeah, I think she does.
Oh,
Normally,
the egg!
This is where Flora usually keeps her feather.
The egg.
But we opened it. It's empty.
Mm-hmm. Completely empty.
Where's the feather?
Flora? She's pointing at something in the corner of the room.
It's just a pile of books. They're not... Wait. There's something tucked inside this one.
Oh, drawing of a small bird. Miss it back. This is for you. Aww, that's so sweet. Aww. Drawings of a small. Aww, that's so cute. That's so cute, but okay. But since there is not a knife, the supernatural part is gone. Can you tell
We
me?
met Felix, your husband. He's one of our suspects, and he seems pretty suspicious if you ask me. So, if you want to stick up for him, now's your chance.
I don't think she's gonna.
Nice try.
I don't think she's gonna say anything. I think I need to talk to the others before and take her at the end. I guess it's time to... You know what? Maybe I need some fresh air and go outside of this tower. Oh, there's a person. Hello. Who are you?
Whoa. Nice cape.
You're not fellows or pointers. I'm sure I shall immediately regret asking. But who are you, and what is your business here?
I'm Sally, and this is my sidekick, Grimoire.
A private detective, Grimoire.
Really? You're a detective. If this is a joke, it's not a good one.
Who are you, anyway?
Private Detective Hawkshaw.
Oh, nice. Hawkshaw's a cooler name than Grimoire. Maybe I'll become her sidekick.
Oh, no.
You're not on the Freya Fellow case, too, are you?
That is classified information between myself and my client. Clearly, this is something which eludes you. But a real detective refrains from handing out informations to persons unknown.
Oh, right.
Now, if you would, I have work to do.
Tell me about
It's
the...
not in my interest to discuss personal details.
Even if you're one of the suspects in a murder?
Very well. Let us make a small exception.
Okay.
Ask.
Oh, what are you doing here?
I'm on a case at the behest of my client.
How long have you been at Tangle Tower?
133 hours. 5.5 days.
Who are you working for?
I am not at liberty to answer that. Now, I shall permit you one more question.
Okay.
What crime are you...
How'd you get that scar? It's cool.
You really think so?
Yes.
As it happens, I completed an examination of Flora's room on the morning before the murder. I've been investigating every single room at Tangle Tower. Hers is one of the last on my list.
Did you find anything unusual?
Nothing but a thin layer of dust and an atmosphere of somber melancholy.
Was Flora in there at the time?
She spent the duration of my search staring up at the sky, out the open window. Didn't say a word, although I'm told this is the expected behavior.
What did you do after that?
I spent the early evening searching the library. It took longer than it should have. Fiona leaves that room in a permanent state of disarray.
Fiona was in the library too?
I expected her to make an appearance, but she did not.
And you stayed in the library the rest of the day?
Not quite.
He always keeps forgetting that Fiona and Fifi is the same person.
Towards the early evening, my examination of the library was unexpectedly disrupted. Sounds of running, wailing, shouting from several floors above. I vacated the library, but before I could begin my ascent, Professor Pointer appeared. He emerged from the Pointer staircase, crossed the hall, and begun up the fellow staircase. Our eyes met. He was breathless. Something had caused him great alarm. He told me to stay out of the way. I consented. I decided to return to my office in the stone square. As I was passing through the front door, Penelope called out from behind me. She was clutching the banister of the Pointer staircase with an apprehensive manner. She wished to know where Professor Pointer had gone. I told her what had transpired. Then, she too crossed the hall and disappeared up the fellow staircase. More so than at any moment prior, I felt like quite an intruder in the house. I took my leave, out towards the stone square. The grounds were silent. There were no signs of human life. Even the greenhouse was without its typical inhabitant. I noted that he, too, must be entangled in whatever was transpiring in Fellow Tower. An unremarkable hour passed before the gardener finally made his appearance. He spoke to me of what had occurred. His report was as clumsy and cumbersome as the man giving it.
Did he seem upset?
He was rattled. That much was clear. But sorrowful, mournful, I cannot say.
Okay. Then the
Quite the
floor-
stoic statue, isn't she? I can only dream of being as cold and indifferent as Flora Fellow.
You think she's hiding something?
Oh,
Perhaps.
Explain.
She has some strange habits. I heard she barely sleeps. An hour here or there, sporadically. Spends the rest of her time staring up at the sky.
Okay. Okay. What do you think about? Can you tell about the
314 cases solved.
Oh.
300?
And
Oh.
14.
Oh. Okay, that was a kick in the under the belt area. Poor Grimoire. What about Felix?
Did you get anything useful out of him?
Not sure. What about you?
Nothing worth committing to paper.
I think he knows more than he lets on.
Probably. But talking with him is so tedious. Freya Fellow is of great interest to me. I perceived her to be the most intelligent individual here at Tangle Tower. Within a day, she had identified for whom I was working and for what I was searching. I didn't know how she did it. I was impressed.
Did you kill
I
her?
regret that I did not question her more thoroughly when I had the opportunity.
You couldn't have known she was about to be killed, though.
I have only myself to blame for failing to perceive the signs.
What signs?
I do not wish to do your job for you, detective.
Well, my job is to ask questions and you give me answers. And then I put those answers together to a solution of the case.
Considerably intelligent, and her powers of observation are enviable. But she has no ambition, no focus.
In her defense, she's still a teenager.
Barely.
What about Poppy?
Poppy has remarkable musical talent. She could be famous, wealthy even, if she wanted to.
She'd probably have to leave Tangle Tower first.
Quite.
Do you have any information about the tower?
Tangle Tower. No idea why they insist on calling it that. It's not even a tower. It's little more than a pair of turrets stuck on either side of a mansion.
Have you searched the whole place?
I believe so. Why?
He wants to know if you found any secret rooms.
Huh. I'm afraid the residents of Tangle Tower are far too ordinary for anything like that.
You
I was
sure?
disappointed too.
Oh,
You truly consider this a case file?
yes.
What's wrong with it?
No organization, no system.
That's my style. I like seeing everything laid out at once. Yeah, it helps me think.
How quaint. Have you deciphered the meaning of those 4 symbols on the harp?
We're working on it.
That's a no then. Conveniently left anonymous. It's useless until you can prove to whom it concerns. Can you do that?
No?
No. Makes quite an impression, doesn't it? Although I can't imagine why she painted Flora wielding a knife.
You didn't see a knife anywhere in Flora's room, did you?
I did not. I conclude whatever stabbed Freya must have been brought into the room from outside. Unless, of course, it was the painting itself.
Surely you don't believe in that kind of thing.
A detective's job is to examine every avenue of thinking.
True, but it's not. But we just proven that the painting is. She's not holding a painting. Holding a knife in her hand. She's holding a feather.
The paint is still wet.
Yeah, well, we know Freya was in the middle of painting when she was killed.
Do you know that? How? Because you were told? A somewhat cumbersome device, and an altogether inefficient way to listen to music.
What kind of music do you like, Hawkshaw?
Oh,
I like anything.
What a cop-out.
I believe that was in Flora's room yesterday, but it was not cracked when I saw it last. You got it open. I'm impressed. I managed it myself yesterday. I thought Flora might be hiding something in there.
It was empty yesterday, too?
It was. Perhaps it's always been empty.
okay, you are here because of Flora.
Paints?
Yep.
Paints.
Mm-hmm.
I'd tell him not to quit his day job, but he hasn't got one, has he? These figurines remind me of a case I once solved involving a possessed doll. Turned out to be a bit of a smokescreen, as these things often do.
Your life sounds fun. Grimoire, why don't we ever have fun adventures like that?
Are we not having a fun adventure right at this very moment?
We do. I have fun.
I admit, it's powerful. Freya was a talented young woman.
Someone even liked it enough to take a photo of it.
Now, we don't know why they took the photograph, do we? Perhaps they just wanted it for reference.
When did Freya draw the picture of you, Hawkshaw?
I didn't model for her, if that's what you're asking. She must have done it without my permission.
Could just be from memory. It's not quite as detailed as the others anyway.
A photograph of Freya. Could be important. A book from the library. One of hundreds, no doubt. What makes this one special?
It's about birds.
Yes, I see that. A diary. Have you read it?
Not yet. It's locked.
And you haven't attempted to force it open?
That would be cheating.
Yeah.
Some breed of amphibious humanoid. Potentially bipedal. Although none of the statues show the creature's feet.
I guess we'll never know.
Maybe it's a reference to the creature from the first game. Maybe.
Does Flora still own that bird? Do you know?
Don't think so. The drawings are from a few years ago.
I see.
Yeah.
There's a metal
Okay.
plaque on the bench.
Is there a message engraved on it?
I think there was at one point, but someone scratched it off.
Oh,
Is that a clock?
I think.
If it is, it's a clock with 4 faces.
I'm guessing it doesn't tell the time.
No.
So what does it do?
Rotate that into forehand screw position. 2. So. I'm just trying to do things.
Nope.
So moving any of the hands turns the adjacent hands in the opposite direction. It's like cogs on a machine.
Yes.
I guess
Did you
that's-
work out what direction each hand needs to be facing? Each one ends with a little
Oops.
hoop.
Uh, there we go.
I got it.
I'm impressed.
Thank you. What is
What's
in
in
it?
the box?
A little tool thing? Looks like a telescope, but I'm not actually sure what it is.
It's a small brass tool that curves the lens screen base through it at the base. Maybe talk show? Knows? But I see that the time is up. So I have to end this video here. If you like what you saw, please give me a like and a comment. Also, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell to get notified for whenever I post. Anyway, I hope you still have a lovely Easter and see you next one. Bye bye.